Well, how do there, chums? 'Tis I, Captain of the Steves, and today, chums, I'm going to be talking a little bit about No Man's Sky. Heck yes I am, because there's been an internal update to the old servers. Let's jump on over onto the tinterwebs. Let's have a quick look at what we've got here, people. So yeah, the first I saw of this was through Assistant No Man's Sky. I saw the post appear on the old Twitterverse, and I managed to put it out shortly after on my community tab. It says 2 minutes ago there, but if we pop on over onto this No Man's Sky depots, you'll see this was actually 8 hours ago that this took place in the internal branch. There's not been any other tweaks to the internal branch today. Normally, when they tweak the internal branch, you usually see a couple of updates to the internal branch within like quick succession. Almost like they're uploading it in bits or something. Who freaking knows, eh? But is this going to be patches? Is this going to be an update? Well, I jumped on over onto the actual tuber view, and on my community tab, I asked that very question of you guys and of you of us. I said, February updates perhaps, or patches and fixes. Let me just hit a refresh on this, just in case there's any new comments that have come in, and we'll scroll on down and we'll see what people had to say upon this. So, please, Sean, update time, says Pookie. Daniel King says, this next update has felt like a long time coming. Yes, I have to agree. I mean, a lot of the updates that we have had, a lot of them were just bringing it to new consoles, things like that, on new platforms. Other than Echoes, there wasn't much of massive content last year, so I am hoping for a little bit extra this year. Also, Sean Murray said that it was going to be a big year at the Game Awards. Anyway, I'm excited for the procedural space stations, but deep down I think they won't add any new space station missions. Daniel, you could be right there. This could just be cosmetic. It could be flossy dice. It might not be juicy content. We can only but wait and see. Cool. User, whatever your name is, probably an expedition to keep us going until the next big update in April. Okay, interesting. I don't know where you're getting that info from, but normally, Hello Games has said, even on Twitterverse, that they won't do an expedition on its own. There would always be an update with an expedition added to it. We know that's not always true. We've had a couple of expeditions that came without an update, but there we are. Let's move on. We've got Ibatoy, probably completely butchered that. Please fix the player has left the system bug, so my friends and I can appreciate this wonderful game together, Hello Games. I done a video the other day on Light No Fire, and could it have the same multiplayer gripes as No Man's Sky? This kind of plugs into that slightly. You may have noticed, people, live chat is just below us as well. We can see it all on here. Lovely jubbly. Heck yes, helps me see what's going on. Right, so we've also got Sick FTV. Please release the next update on Switch too, Sean. I'm begging you. The game gets boring after 600 hours plus. What other game have you played for 600 hours and not found boring? Okay, cool. Yeah, it always tickles me. You know, I've played it over 1,000 hours, and I have to agree, it does get boring. But what do you expect when you plough that many hours into a video game? There's not many games that can entertain for such amount of time, especially ones that aren't sort of like live service games like Destiny and things like that have regular updates, you know. Especially when we can't use our interceptor content yet without the game crashing or have settlements either. We need something new. Yeah, Switch definitely needs to be brought up to the rest of the actual community, or there needs to be some sort of official statement, I feel, from Hello Games to say, look, Switch is very much standalone. We're going to do our best with Switch, but we can't make any promises. It's a completely different sort of game to the full-fledged No Man's Sky. You've definitely got a cut-down version, you know. Saying that, I saw Death Stranding on an Apple 15. Like a mobile device playing Death Stranding. Freaking insane. IGN just done a video on it, and check it out. It's freaking craziness. If you can get Death Stranding on a mobile, it won't be long before No Man's Sky appears on a mobile. You know what I'm saying? The HK47 says emoji on Sunday, update in 2 Wednesdays' time. Too early for the next update next week because of the sales ending on Nintendo. So yeah, on the 14th of January, I think the Nintendo sale came to an end. And then you put 30 days on the end of that. And that brings us up to about mid-February, around about the 13th of Feb. Yeah, I'm kind of on the same page as you there, mate. In fact, that's what I put the actual reply as. So we will see. We will see. We'll see what happens. I guess. Anyway, I'll hit a like and a little heart to that one as well. Cool. New expedition. I'm sticking to my thinking that we're getting a huge summer update this year, like Atlas Rises, Beyond. And I will forgo the usual small updates. That 2024 teaser was just way too similar to the Beyond teaser. Plus, they have only ever made teaser trailers for the year's big summer updates, never smaller updates. I really doubt this would drop in the new space stations or at all this February, so I'm hoping for an expedition. Well, Joe, I kind of agree and kind of don't. I agree that, yes, they have only really done little mini teasers for quite large updates. But at the same time, they were going to the Game Awards to announce Light No Fire. So they wanted to hit two birds with one stone. So I think they made that little teaser trailer because they needed to plug No Man's Sky to get more sales on No Man's Sky until Light No Fire is ready. So I think they made that teaser trailer just as a little tidbit. Just as a little tidbit. Yeah, that's what I think. And they could, you know, the Game Awards is such a big freaking stage. They couldn't really pass up on that, could they? They really couldn't pass up on that. So yeah, like I say, I agree with Pat, and I don't, because if you was going to be advertising, you would definitely have done the same thing. Okay, stuff. You think it's going to be a patch? Enjoy, Roth. Hype train. I guess. Lovely jubbly. Anyway, let's jump on over to the live chat and see what people have said inside the live chat. We've got Assistant No Man's Sky in the house. He was here nice and early. Hello there, Assistant No Man's Sky. Yeah, so if you haven't got the Assistant No Man's Sky app on your phone, it's freaking free, and it's on pretty much every platform. I think there's problems with Windows, iOS, but you can get it for Apple. You can get it for your Android. Hit it up. Get it. It's lovely. It's awesome. Yeah, James MC, hello there, mate. Lovely jubbly. Neil Daniels, wagwan, sir, Captain. Well, yeah, thanking you. Dave Langer, just a bug update, I bet. There are quite a lot of bugs still in-game. And if it is to fix multiplayer and add polish into multiplayer, that'd be great. That'd be freaking awesome. If it is just patches and things like that, then what I would expect to see happen is it to go from internal to being into experimental, and being tested and experimental before it rolls out everywhere. The last lot of patches, a lot of people got like a 13 gig update just the other week on Xbox, but they were the patches that we got right back at the start of freaking Jan, which is freaking crazy. A lot of people thought they were getting an update early. No, you was actually getting patches late, mate. We've got Dutch66 in the house. Evening. Well, evening there, Dutch66. And hello there, Gary. Nice one. Mid-Feb. Middle of Feb, says Gary. I agree, well, I think we're probably going to get the emoji mid-Feb. I think we're going to start seeing sales happen mid-Feb. And then I think it's going to be the week after. So if I had to make a guess where it actually is, I haven't got a calendar on my PC. I took it off. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can bring up the old calendar on my old phone. There we go. Blah, 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 blah. Calendar. Chicka-pow. Right. So let's go to February. So I think 14th, around Valentine's, I think we're going to be getting... Oh, let me make myself a bit bigger on the screen here. Boom. So I think around 14th, like the old Febrance, whatever, I think that's when we're going to see the emoji. And I think it'd be the week after. I'm going 21st. 21st or the 22nd. Or 23rd. Now, normally, PlayStation gets an update on like a Wednesday or Thursday. So I'm saying 21st or 22nd. There is a chance it might be sooner than that. But that's where I'm hedging my bets. I could be completely wrong. But we'll see. We'll see, peeps. Cool, yeah. And let's jump back over onto Tinto. Okay, well, we've finished that tab. We've got another tab over here. So this is talking about the state of play returns this Wednesday. And it's not so far off now, people. How long we got? We got 27 hours to go. Heck yes. Okay, 10 o'clock in my time. Fudge and heck. Jason Plays normally covers these, and I like watching Jason's take on stuff. So I'll be tuning in over on Jason's channel. I don't really cover these, mainly because of all the licensed music stuff. And it just takes ages to go through all of that with YouTube and to sort of say, hold on, I'm just covering something. But anyway, here it mentions that they're going to have 15 plus games or something like that. Yeah, for 14 minutes covering 15 plus games, okay? And then it actually mentions some of the high hitters. Stellar Blade and Rise of the Ronin. It mentions those two. Now, I was thinking if Light No Fire was going to be there, after the amount of waves that it done at sort of the Game Awards, in fact, it stole the Game Awards. Let's face it. That and Monster Hunter, the new Monster Hunter game, were the things that really sort of got people excited about stuff. And maybe the new Death Stranding type game, but no. Anyway, I think if it was going to be in this show, it would be one of the forerunners. That's what would get people to tune in. I think they would have mentioned it there. But I could be wrong again. I think that this is going to be a bigger showcase for PlayStation VR 2 more than anything, and perhaps the new portal device that they're bringing out, you know, on the go sort of thing. I think it's going to show off software and games, obviously, but I think it's going to be more hardware. But we will see. We'll see where this goes, people. I don't think we're going to see Light No Fire inside a state of play. Could be wrong, but that's just my general gut feeling. And some people have hit me up and said, well, if not Light No Fire, do you think you might see a little bit more about the No Man's Sky update? I don't know. I think that teaser trailer is all they're going to give us. And I also think that the person that made the comments that maybe we might not see the large update until the summer could be on to something. I think this very first update of this year is going to be very telling for what's going to happen throughout the rest of the year when it comes to No Man's Sky. Because now Hello Games have put out there about their new update, or their new game, sorry, Light No Fire, I think that kind of sets expectations to be a little bit lower now, because they know that the team has got this branch off. The only thing is, they did announce that they were working on something new and ambitious some time ago, so I don't know how much we should read into that. Anyway, back on over to your chat over here. Hello everyone, big space stations, a new Starship 2. Wow, says Daniel Hepler. Yeah, I've got a bit of I've got the video footage and I've slowed it down. I might play that towards the end of the video of the trailer that Daniel Hipley's on about there. If you haven't seen the new stations or the new ship, stay tuned. Heck yes. I think it's just bug fixes, says Dave Langer. If it is, I'd imagine it's going to be for multiplayer and also for Switch and also for other bits and bobs around Mac. And yeah, it could be. It could just be some, you know, graphical fidelity, a little bit of optimization. Things to stop sort of multiplayer bugs, hiccups and crashes. It could be that. You could be right. We will see. Leo's in the house. Evening, guys. Evening there, Leo's. Murray is quiet. No sales yet. The 24th of Feb is where James MC is saying. Yeah, that's kind of that week, where the 24th of Feb sits, when I hit up my calendar earlier, I'm in total agreement and alignment there, my friend. Heck yes. Cool. Right. Oh, that just moved. Oh, we got Rice's Starship Emporium in the house, people. If you like starships and No Man's Sky, hit up Ricey. Because he's got like an aeronautical background. When he does reviews of ships, he actually makes the ships in No Man's Sky feel very believable and real. It's awesome watching Ricey doing his ship hunts. Jumping over. Hit up the Emporium. You'll be glad you did if you haven't already. Heck yes. I hope in the middle of February. Yeah. The middle of February, I think, is a safe bet, to be honest. Personally, I'm still hoping that one day we can decommission our ships into cosmetic items that we can place into our freighter bases, like some sort of derelict freighters have, says Wargiver. Oh yeah, like the little mini sort of launch base. What the fudge was that? What the heck is making that sound? What the devil was that? I'm hearing gunshots, people. I don't know where that's coming from. It must be an advert on here. That shocked the life out of me. Okay, right. It must be an advert that's on this page somewhere. You know what? I'll come back to your videos in a second, because that just... Holy fudge, my heart. Oh, I've got this nice relaxing music and stuff. Hey, look, it says muted. It shouldn't play it. You freaking git. Okay, right, here we go. Anyway, in February of 2020, we had Living Ship questline and space encounters. And that was the No Man's Sky Living Ship update, which was a fair size. It brought in a load of lore. It brought in the living ships, a new ship type, and new sort of like, you know, arc off. Now, if I move down a bit, next, in February 2021, we had taming and keeping pets and creature breeding. Again, that sort of promoted sort of going out there and exploring and all that sort of shenanigans. And also gave us the ability to tame pets, put sort of accessories on them, and all that sort of lovely stuff, which was freaking great. That kept me busy for quite some time. So that was quite a decent update in February of 2021. And then next we had Sentinel. Now Sentinel brought in new Sentinel types, Sentinel pillars, and a new multi-tool, the exotic or regal multi-tool, which was actually pretty cool too. And it also brought in the quest line Traces of Metal with lay laps, and you could build your own little mini drone to follow you around. Really quite cool. Yeah? So there's quite a lot of good stuff that came out in February 2020, 2021, and 2022. If we get another update that's on par with those, I think I'll be happy. So I'm just trying to put out there expectation setting. If something does come out in February, I think it's going to be equal to size to those 3 updates, there or thereabouts. And each of them brought in a little bit of lore. So I'm hoping it's going to be part 4 of the ARG with the whole Void Mother stuff and echoes and all that sort of stuff, and put an end to that, which would be lovely. Anyway, I'm going to close that tab now because I don't trust it. I'm just waiting for another heart attack to happen. It's left me feeling rather nervous. And sorry, people, if it made you frickin' jump. I'm fairly sure it probably did. Heck yes. Frickin' heck, that was a brown trouser moment, wasn't it? That really was. Yeah. Punching heck. Cool. I assume the showcase would be PlayStation-only games, says Dutch66. See, that's another good point. That is another good point. And we already know that Light No Fire is earmarked for going out on Steam first. If anything, you know, that's the only platform that is confirmed right now. I mean, it could be an announcement that it's coming to PSN and it's coming to PlayStation 5, or that it might have a VR version. I mean, we might see that in there. You know, that could be. I didn't think of it that way. What if Light No Fire is going to have VR right from the off? I mean, we haven't seen enough of the HUD to tell. You know, it doesn't say press X or press A or something like that inside of all the HUD that we've seen so far. Who knows? It could be VR. Yeah, I'm just glad I wore the brown pants, says Spectre. Well, you're lucky. I'm wearing blue ones. Yes, I may need a change. That scared the crap out of me, says Dave Langer. I know, right? That was freaking insane. I had all of it muted. I've had these pages open for the last hour or so while I've been getting ready for this stream. It hasn't done that the whole freaking time. I don't know why it did. Maybe I hovered over it or something and it thought I wanted to hear it. No, I did not. I hate adverts in pages, people. You know, adverts inside of adverts is what we get these days. It's freaking crazy, like Russian nested dolls of adverts, isn't it? I feel they have a build ready that they could have dropped in November, December. Pharaoh, I think you're right. There was a lot of content creators that actually got hit on up inside of the verse, got emailed from a third party saying, would you like to do a sponsored video? And, you know, and then all of a sudden that got recanted on and redacted. So I don't know what happened. It was around October time, in fact, mate. So let's just hit this up in the background. Has this got sound? I've muted it. Cool. Awesome. I'll just have that in the background while I'm talking to you guys, people. Let's just jump on over here. I'll put it on loop, so that's going in the background. So what's happening in the background right here while I'm talking, people, is the No Man's Sky trailer. I've slowed it right down. You can see the new ship there. This is new interiors for the actual space stations. This is all sort of confirmed stuff. This is a legit trailer that Hello Games shared at the Game Awards. So yeah, we do know that we're getting new skins for the inside, and things are moving around on the inside, and we're getting a new exterior to the actual space stations, and there's a potential of this new ship that's coming in. We don't know whether this is a singular reward ship, or whether there's going to be a whole new class of ships, a bit like the Sentinel ships. We don't know. We don't know what it's bringing in, but it is quite exciting nonetheless anyway. I mean, even if this is just a cosmetic overhaul, it's one that's sorely needed. We've had the same space stations for some time, and the space stations at the moment feel a bit tired from the outside and the interior. So I quite welcome this one, even if it is cosmetic to a degree. But yeah, anyways, what else have we got, people, going on here? So your jump made me jump. I thought somebody was tipping you. Oh, God. It sounded like a gunshot, didn't it? It freaking... Oh, God, that was mental, you know. Sweet. Is the No Man's Sky the one that was just... Oh, I think your comment got cut short there, my friend. No, I have no idea what happened there, Mike. Listed in experimental on the 4th. No, the one that just got listed today was the internal branch. Everything that's also gone out, yeah. So the one that Xbox only just got was the ones that we got right at the start of January. They got it like towards the mid to end of January, and it just threw a freaking spanner in the works. That the amount of comments I got, people saying, "I just got a 13GB update. What is it?" No, I really wish that there was a simple tweet from freaking either Tim, Wooly, or Sean on that day to say the Xbox update has just gone live. That would have solved a lot of sort of prodding about and asking questions. It really would have. There is a pirate capital ship just outside of the station. I really hope this means we can capture pirate capital ships for our own use. Well, when he comes out of the station, I did wonder that, Dutch. But as the ship flies out of the station, in this slowed down footage, you see, just as it flies past that sort of, what are they called, the life rafts, their wingmen pop out. Or there's the yellow sparks and then the wingmen fly out. If we owned that capital sort of dreadnought, it wouldn't deploy the wingman. It's obviously an enemy thing. But what's interesting is normally we only get those pirate dreadnoughts spawn in like pirate systems a lot of the time. I think that most of them that I've seen have spawned in pirate systems. I mean, I could be wrong. But what I find interesting is there's that there's the life raft there from the actual void. That's sitting out there. So I kind of think that seeing that raft there, the Echo raft, when normally they spawn in during, you know, the actual, when you're doing that story arc, they don't just appear willy-nilly. But seeing it there willy-nilly makes me think that this trailer is actually saying this is part 4 of the arc. Because that's there, I think this is visual confirmation that this is going to be part 4 of the ARG arc. And that person that placed a comment earlier to say that they think this might be the big summer update, this little tease, they could be onto something. It could be that we might go throughout the whole year and just have expeditions and little small updates to the Quicksilver store and maybe a little mini update. And then it could be that come summer of 2024, we get the Gib emoji from Sean Murray. Then we get all these stations. Then we get the end of the 4-part arc. They might string this out. And they might string it out for a reason. That's because they've got light, no fire burning in the fire. You know what I'm saying? So it could go either way. That's why I say that the first part of this year is going to be very telling for the rest of the year. If February comes and goes and all we get is an expedition, I don't think we're going to see these new stations until summer. If we get these stations and the end of the 4-part arc and ARG delivered in February, then I think 2024 could continue to be quite a surprising year for No Man's Sky, because I think they're going to take out all the blocks and put their foot on the accelerator to get No Man's Sky as complete and as finished and as polished as possible for then 2025 and perhaps the launch of Light No Fire. So I think, however this goes, it's going to be an exciting year. But how exciting all pivots around February's update. So February, for me, I'm going to be watching it like freaking hawk, mate. Yes, I'm going to be watching the old Twitter space, watching the Sean and the Murrays, watching the depots, looking for sales on quite a regular basis. From now until like mid-February, that's going to be my daily routine, my morning checklist of things to check. Are the signs happening? Should the hype train be leaving the station? And yeah, be sure to be locked in. Hit that notification bell, hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons. Be locked into this channel because I will be giving you the news as and when it breaks, people. Heck yes. I wish the animals in Ark were more useful. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, in some of the patch notes, Dread, they did mention that animals that you pet and have as your kindred are going to actually take out hazardous flora. That would be nice. The amount of times a whipping plant takes out my eye. If my blinking pet would zap any hazardous flora, I'd have my pet out on planet the whole time, just destroying freaking hazardous flora, bringing me back some oxygen. Heck yes! They don't do that, even though the patch note said that they would. Sad times, people. You got Good at Game in the house? Woohoo! Well, hello there, Good at Games. Good at Game and Adventures with Dread, there, both next to each other. They both do content creation. If you can, hit them and go to channel, hit the subscribe, watch some of their content, see if you like it. You know, if you do like it, stay subscribed. Simple as. They're both really good. I'm subscribed to them both. I try to tune in out every now and again, or add their content to a watch list, and then work and lurk. Oh gosh, pretty darn nice stuff. Cool, yeah. Watching while in a meeting, says Assistant No Man's Sky. I do a lot of working and lurking, I'm not going to lie. I got my work laptop one side, I've got my personal laptop the other side. I've usually got No Man's Sky content creators in one ear, and then I'm you know, playing and doing my work stuff. It makes a day go quicker, it really does. And actually, it makes me more productive, to be fair. I mean, sometimes I get a bit distracted, but it's always good to divert your eyes from one screen to another. It's actually better to go get some fresh air every hour or a cup of tea, which, yeah, beauty of working from home, you get to do a bit of that too, don't you? It's almost like you watched this a dozen of times in slow motion. Pharaoh, dozen of times doesn't quite cut it, mate. I've watched this like 1 billion times. And the Light No Fire one, probably near to 100 perhaps. It drives me insane. I really wish we had more to go on. But at the same time, the amount of stuff that I've spotted in this, it's like the new sort of space station core that's right above my head up there. You can see it behind that scrolling text up there. That new station core looks freaking great, doesn't it? It looks more Sentinelized. It looks more Sentinel-like to me. And I'm wondering whether the Sentinels and their relationship with the actual space stations is going to be described a little bit more in the lore. Because the old space station core, you know, when you go to the Echo camps have actually got the old space station core smashed to shite at the camp. And, you know, it's got a wheelbarrow full of autophage bits and a decapitated autophage there. It almost makes me feel that the old space stations used to have the old cores in them with an autophage sitting in there. They have been ejected. This is the new world. But is it going to be reflected in the lore that way? I'm assuming. I'm just making shite up as I go along. I'm going by logic and gut feeling. But I want to have actualised inside of the lore what the fudge is happening with this. Why are we seeing the actual station cores ejected on planet surfaces? You know, and why is it that the freaking Colossal Archives look like breakaway fragments from these new stations? You know what I'm saying? Is there going to be a relationship between the Colossal Archives and these new stations? I've got my fingers crossed, hoping that there is. I'm hoping that it brings more reasons to search on planets and do some exploration if it uploads it to the station and gives you gnarly rewards. I mean, let's face it, that Wonders catalogue, they've given us the Wonder projectors. They've sort of increased the countage on the Wonders catalogue. It's something like 70 wonders to go by, but I can only find 32. So that it's going to double in size. What's going to be in those Wonders is what I'm wondering. I'm wondering what's in the Wonders. And the station override, just like Max Hayes has just hit on up. Station override, question mark, question mark. Exactly. I'm wondering whether when we do the station override, whether it's going to unlock a ship. Because you see this ship here, its decals are matched on the actual exterior of the station. And the station is very red, white and black. Also, so is the ship. So could it be that when you use your station override, it offers you up a randomly generated ship that is quite in keeping with the actual station that you're visiting? Yeah, in customization, in some sort of seed pool. Could this be a unique ship for the station, is what I'm saying. A little bit like how, you know, like when you go to a system and you find a unique Sentinel ship tied to that planet or that system. What if these are new ships that are tied to the stations in a similar sort of way, and using your station override gives you access to that ship? I know I'll be running some missions to get some station overrides. Heck yes. And I'm wondering whether, if that is the case, whether the actual mission agents inside the stations will have new missions specifically for getting station overrides. And because it's going to reward you with a ship, are they going to be like end game missions, like top tier missions? Also, something that's a bit weird, let me just grab something. I might have to reach over my green screen, so bear with me 1 second. I'll just take these off, because I don't want to pull everything out of place. Okay, so what I have here is something that was given to me like about 3 years ago at the meetup, and it's an Atlas Pass level 4, okay? And this is actually signed by Sean Murray himself. Atlas Pass level 4 is very different to the Atlas Pass of level 3. I should have grabbed the Atlas Pass level 3 while I was up. Yep. So this is an Atlas Pass level 3. So you've all seen those. But look how different this looks in design, the Atlas Pass level 4. Now, I know at the moment the Atlas Pass level 3 doesn't do much more than the Atlas Pass level 2, so why the heck would they put in an Atlas Pass level 4? Good question! But at the same time, I'm wondering whether they might overhaul those level 3 doors inside of stations, add something worthwhile behind them, or add in new doors inside of the station. Let's just see what it brings. But I've been waiting for the Atlas Pass level 4 to come into game for some time. It hasn't as yet, people. But we can but hope. There's so much potential for No Man's Sky, still untapped potential at that. And I really do hope Hello Games, if they are to move to Light No Fire, they at least tie up all the lore and all the loose ends, get multiplayer to a satisfactory level, and fix and polish up the game, and make it working properly even on the Switch, you know? Before they move on. That's what I really hope for, and that's what I hope happens in 2024 or 2025. If that happens, anything else that happens on top of that is a bonus, in my opinion. But a welcome one. Heck yes. So there we go. That's pretty much everything I've really got for you, actually, people inside the Viewerverse. Well, one point, Captain Steve. They had shown there was a... Oh, God, there's a little heart going... to be level 4 and level 5 passes. A level 5 pass? Really? I must have missed that one. Okay, cool. Varbo, on the very right side of the teaser, there's like an elevator or some sort of crate getting lifted up. I wonder what that's about. Okay, I think I know where you mean. And that's over by the ship scrapping unit. Over that way. I think it's the ship scrapping unit. But it does make me wonder whether they might bring in some sort of customization. But I don't want to sort of overhype or do much about that or say much about that just in case it's not. But, you know, a lot of people have been saying that they want ship customization, especially after what Starfield delivered. And hopefully Hello Games have taken note of the community's want for ship customization. But at the same time, because there is a whole community of ship hunters, and there's whole dedicated Reddit forums for ship hunting, and Facebook groups for hunting of ships, I kind of think that they need to be quite careful in how they implement it. You're on about over here, yeah, there's like a little moving arm next to the ship scrapping unit. I'm not 100% sure, but we will see. I think it's just to play on the ship scrapping possibilities, but they might expand on it. But yeah, you're quite right. It moves. You see a little bit of animation to the side. It's easier to see in the slowed down footage. You're quite right. Well, one point, Captain. They had. Oh yeah, I've read that one. I hope for all that two man would love to be able to cross-play without issue. Heck yes. Yes, 100%. Oh, Lee just subscribed. Thank you, Lee. Lee. MMFN Lee! Heck yes. That's actually a song by Jack Black. It's a real song. Look up Lee by Jack Black. You'd be glad you did, Lee. It's a very good song. Heck yes. I hope there's only one ship class that's customizable, while the current ones aren't. Yeah, a little bit like, you know, the staffs that we got for the autophages and how we can build our own staff. It might be as simple as that when it comes to customization. I mean, this ship that we're looking at right now could be the end result of that customization shizzle. Who freaking knows? I mean, fingers crossed for that then, if that's what you're after. I mean, yeah, I quite liked the ability to build our own staffs. However, you always see people rocking the same sort of staffs. They're always the set. It's very rare that you'll see somebody with like a foot of a droid with a nice plush handle at the top. It's best to go for the whole scrappy one if you go for the foot of the droid. You know what I'm saying? And then have the droid head on the top. It just looks different. How is sunny Milton Keynes? Well, Mean Machine, I'm a little way from Milton Keynes. I'm slightly north of Milton Keynes. I'm in a place called Northamptons. It's actually grey as fudge in Northampton, always. Our main attraction of Northampton is a place called Billin Aquadrome. You know, there's those people that have done all those videos where they get Hitler getting really angry. There's one, Hitler gets booked into Billing Aquadrome. It is freaking hilarious. If you know Billing Aquadrome, it's next to a sewage plant. It's like a holiday home with lots of caravans and chalets, a really shite fare that you have to pay with tokens, and it's got some terrible arcades there that have got arcade machines like King of Fighters 95, and that's their newest console there. You know what I'm saying? It's funny if you've ever been Billing Aquadrome, but yeah, fun times. But yeah, it's pretty good. They got all the default staff and didn't look anything else. Yeah, that's quite true. Anyway, people, I think we've exhausted everything that's in there. I've been looking to see if any comments come up that are question marks. Yes, Spectre says yes. Careful about talking about ship customization. Yeah, I agree. It's a little bit of a tricky one. In fact, Jason Play's done a really good video on ship customization, and it's really good because he mentioned my video, and he actually puts video segments up from mine and saying, yeah, Captain Steve's idea on how ship customization could work is actually a really good idea. So my idea around ship customization, if they were to bring it in, is to use the ship scrapper, this over here, and actually the parts that you get from your ship that you've scrapped, you've got like a scrap box where you can put all your parts of your ship that you scrapped. So you still need to hunt for the ships that you want, scrap them to get the parts, and then you can build, using those parts, the ship that you're after. So people will still go on the coordinate exchange, people will still look up all the ship hunting bits to get to the ships they want to scrap. You know, and maybe when you're scrapping your ship, it comes up with a blueprint. You select the part that you want, and it puts it in there, or you've got a chance of getting it in there. And maybe there might be modules tied to the ship, or perks or boosted slots tied to that part. So although that we've only got 4 boosted slots right now, you've got a chance that one of the actual parts might give you an additional boosted slot. So you might want to scrap a ship 10 times and get the parts, just in case one of them gets the random chance of giving you an additional boosted slot. I think that could work quite nicely. There's a lot of ways that they could implement it. Beeble done a good video on ship scrapping and customization, and Scottish Rod done a really good one as well. His idea for ship scrapping and ship customization is really good too. So yeah, check out Scottish Rod's. Can you link up Jason's video? No, not right now. I can't. Not really overly. My bandwidth struggles if I try. It would start buffering this. Just type in ship customization, No Man's Sky, Jason Plays. He's only done like, what, 2 videos on ship customization. It should come up, and it's his oldest one. It's the oldest one where he talks about my video. Hit that up and take a watch. But there you go. You should find it really easily. Anyway, we've got Kojo Black Snake. Are the staffs in set for reason beyond cosmetic? Are staffs determined by the headpiece, as in rumour? The stats of the staff are tied to the headpiece. The actual damage potential, I think, are tied to a certain piece of the staff. I mean, the way that you put your staff together is up to you, obviously, but I think the stats are denoted by the headpiece. I think Zane's World done a really good video on stats. If you're ever after stats and you are a min-maxer and you're not subscribed to Zane's World for No Man's Sky, then you're missing out, because he does deep dives into all the stats. He works in frickin' math. That guy is like a human calculator. Me, I don't give a toffee about hitting the max stats for anything, because it doesn't matter. As long as you've got the S-class modules and you've got an S-class ship or something, you're going to melt every enemy you come across. Just pushing up the stats a little bit doesn't make any real difference to the fact that you're melting ships. So I haven't really got jumped into it as much as Zane, but Zane loves all that stuff, so hit him up, because he's really passionate about it too. A bit like how Ricey is with ships, Zane is really passionate with stats. Check out Zane. What do you think the update will drop in? What day do you think the update will drop? Oh, I've done that earlier. I think it's going to be around the 22nd of Feb. That week, where the 22nd is where I think it's going to fall. I think the week before, though, is going to be very exciting. We should see the emojis and sales start happening. That's the week that I think things are going to get exciting. The fact, though, that the internal branch is updated today took me by surprise. I thought we wouldn't see that happen until the first week of February, like maybe this time next week. But it's happened a week earlier. So maybe I need to revise where I think it's going to happen. Maybe things are going to happen a week sooner. So just keep that one in mind. Yeah, things might shift. Captain, what are the OR or the V-synth The Visynth. I don't know. The Visynth. Do you mean the synthetic gex? There were synthetic gex. So basically, it's just reference to the appearance modifiers and how you can make yourself look different to how you should look. I mean, us being anomalies, we can look however we wish. But it almost feels like there's been synthetic gex created for some unknown reason. There's a lot of lore around synthetic gek. If you jump onto Wiki or just jump onto Google, type in No Man's Sky synthetic gek, it comes up with a load of stuff. But Visynth, I don't know about Viking synthetes. Yeah, I have no idea there. Go on, yeah. Multi-tool upgrades are good for PvP. Exactly. If you take part in PvP, the numbers really do count. But the weapons really count too. It's like the Blaze Javelin. That used to be the best weapon in PvP. You charge it up, shoot somebody in the head, you pretty much annihilate their shields in one shot. But I quite like the Neutron Cannon, because when you shoot people with it, it sort of like throws them off now. But there's also another weapon like the Pulse Spitter that puts flame damage. But because PvP isn't a massively pushed thing, it's very hard to say what module and what multi-tool is best now inside of PvP. Obviously, it's going to be the Alien multi-tool, to tell a lie. I mean, actually, I don't know about the new Atlas multi-tools. I don't know how good they are inside of PvP. I don't know whether they top the old Alien one. It's been a long time since I've done the old sort of Thunderdome. That was back in the Cobra days, when there was Snow Obsidian. Snow Obsidian was pretty much unbeatable inside of the actual Thunderdome. It was freaking awesome with Snow Obsidian. Snow Obsidian, if you're watching, salutamondo, you legend, you. Heck yes. He did get beaten once, but I don't talk about that. Yeah, go on. Lots of history and lore. Heck yes, there really is. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Doesn't Sean usually drop an emoji? And then the update, the Steam DB, when the last time they did it, this way around, was a major update, perhaps. Normally when you see an internal branch update, normally you see a couple of internal branch updates before we get the emoji, or at least that's how I've figured it. I mean, sometimes we get the emoji and then on the same day the depots update and it all just goes crazy and boom, the update's there. Surprise! So it could be that this internal update might not be anything but polish and patches. That's why I put that on my community tab earlier. Do you think this is patches and bug fixes, or do you think it's an update? Because I think the next couple of days are going to be quite telling. If we see that internal branch update a few more times before it goes to... If it goes to experimental, it's going to be patches and updates. If it doesn't go to experimental and we just see internal getting updated a few more times, I think it's going to be an update with an expedition. That's what I think. If we see in the next few days or by this time next week it goes to experimental, it's going to be patches and updates. So that's my thoughts on that anyway. Anyway, people, I've said it a few times. I'm going to be ending off. I'm going now. Take care all. Goodbye. Goodbye. And goodbye again. And thank you very much for joining me. And I've enjoyed having the live chat up. This is something... I want to do these talk videos quite often and just talk about stuff. If there's not much happening, it's best just to have a quick chat. Make sure everybody's on the same page. You know, anyway, goodbye, goodbye, goodbye again.